Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity just to address you all and all the beloved students in the forum of uh, ISTD and IMT for the upskilling series. And I could say it's really a very nice initiatives where actually our students, all the job seekers, youngsters can get the utmost benefits. And actually, I would like to share a very little short story on last week. Actually, on last week, due to the hiring purpose, I visited this STEM Institute, IIMT, and I had a very good meeting. I received a very well hospitality from Mr. Alok as well as Dr. Patnaik sir. And in that meeting, actually, they have given me this wonderful opportunity. Ki actually, as an organization, we can actually have some sort of collaboration so that we can really uh, help each other just to grow in our profession as well as in personal life in terms of learning and collaboration. So considering all the facts, actually Mr. Alukji has have coordinated with me multiple times, and this is how actually today we are meeting each other in this virtual platform with this noble agenda. So thank you once again for giving me this wonderful opportunity. So I have actually tried to prepare this presentation just to help all the youngsters who actually just to build their career in the corporate segment. So just today actually we will discuss about Mr. Alokji. Next slide, please. Yeah. So the agenda of this session will be like we will discuss in detail about what is job and what can be the purpose of a job, and then we will discuss about the value addition, how a particular candidate or particular employee actually can add a value to their organization. Then we will discuss about the skills and attitude. We will understand some formulas related to career growth, and definitely we will speak about the career development strategies and the basic parameters that a particular company is looking for. And most importantly, there are certain point of views in terms of job, in terms of career aspects for a particular candidate. So we will try to understand how actually we can correlate a buyer and seller strategies here. And then I will try to explain as an organization how we are working. Like as Mr. Alukji has given my introduction, I have been associated with Balgopal Food Products Private Limited. It's a Odisha's leading rice bran refined oil industry. So how actually we are trying to add the values to the society, to our all stakeholders on day-to-day basis. So these are the like brief agenda of today. Yeah. So my dear students, I think this terminology like corporate odysseys may be very new for you. It's fine. Like if you could, if you could, can you press the next button? Yeah. So if I think you are getting some difficulties just to understand the point, yes, it's obvious. If you are not getting the points, like what do you mean by the corporate odyssey or what can be the strategies for the same, then you are in the right path. And I will try to explain all the points, and definitely it's my commitment to you. End of this session, you are going to understand what is the corporate odyssey and how actually you can develop your career in the corporate ladder. So I will try to explain you basic step-by-step strategies, and through all these strategies, actually one can really upskill themselves and one can really climb up in the corporate ladder. I hope you all are ready. So let's discuss about the job. So many of you actually are looking for a job desperately, aggressively, right? So if we have to discuss like what is a job, so it's basically efforts to accomplish something in terms of financial growth, in terms of career growth, in terms of social status. And that efforts, there must be certain purposes behind that effort. So in this presentation, we will try to understand like what can be the basic purposes of a job. Is it fine?
Yeah, okay, carry on.
Yeah. So see, my dear students and all the respected sirs and ma'ams over here. So purpose of a job. So if we have to see the purpose, we can see it in two different perspectives. One perspective can be employer perspectives and another perspective can be employee perspective. So in the employer perspective, employer means like a company, an organization, an entity who are actually offering the job to the candidates, to the job seekers. So what can be the basic purposes of an organization for a particular job? So they actually, the basic purpose is like they always think ki the candidate we are going to hire, he or she must be responsible to achieve our organizational goal. So one purpose can be achievement of organizational goal. Second purpose can be like adherence to organizational values, vision, and mission. So, as we know, every organization, each organizations are having certain values, certain vision, and certain missions. So, after sometimes like we will also discuss about the values, vision, and missions of our organization. So, this is also another key purpose of a particular employer. They always wants ki dear candidates, their teams should adhere to their organizational values, vision, and mission. Then another purpose in terms of employer perspectives is like candidate must have the proper specialization and expertise in that particular field. As we know, nowadays like everything is driven by the skill sets. So if you are having the right skills, right specializations, or right expertise, it will really help you just to upskill your career. And last but not the least, another point will be like resource optimization. So in an organizations, there are multiple resources, tangible resources, intangible resources, uh, different goods. So employer always thinks that our employee, our team should optimize our resources in a very holistic way. So this can be the basic purposes for a employer perspective. If we have to discuss about the employee perspective, like you now majority of you are studying in the MBA fourth semester or third semester. I think many of you like are planning to join in some jobs after a few months. So in that case, what can be your perspective? Definitely your perspective can be like a career development and growth, obviously. Then another points can be like financial security. Obviously we all need the financial securities end of the day. Another point can be our professional identity. Definitely we must have our professional identity so that we can really establish an identity in our society or in our own connections or network. And definitely if we have joined in a particular job, definitely we are expecting certain recognition or appreciation for that particular job. So this is very much essential that we must understand the purpose behind a particular job, because since I am working in the management point of views since last few years. So what I observe in my limited years of experience, sometimes we used to hire some candidates from very renowned institute or very good institute, but we are sometimes we face they are not clear with their purposes or roles. And sometimes we see sometimes one particular organizations also having certain gap in terms of their purpose of a particular job opening. So it's very much essential just to have the clarity on purposes on both the side, right? Yeah, thank you so much. So now here you are seeing a specific terminology like corporate odyssey. So actually it's we can correlate this corporate odyssey with a ship. Suppose a ship is navigating the vast and dynamic ocean or sea of industry and commerce. So in this journey, definitely what happens, that particular ship will encounter lots of ups and downs, lots of storms in the sea. So how actually we can correlate the same thing in an organization? In this journey, definitely all the company's management or leaders actually served as a skill captains who are actually capable to handle all these turbulent waves and unpredictable currents. So in other way, what we can understand, nowadays all these leading companies, all the growing companies, they are looking for very skilled captain, so that their captains can really handle that particular turbulent particular waves and save that particular organization. So in this case, what we can understand, this particular ship represents an organization or a company and its structure and a collective workforce. So in the next slide, we will discuss about the value addition part and how actually one really solve a problem in an organization. Fine. Yeah. Thank you. So as we are discussing, it's all about the value addition. So why one organization or a company is offering a job to you means they are also having certain requirements, certain expectations from the particular candidate. So at this point, at this juncture of this very competitive era, it's very essential how actually we can add the value to a particular job or to a particular company. So it's actually a step by step process, and for this process actually the first point will be, it's very essential to understand the job role. We must have the clarity on our job or that particular role, so that we can really align as per the organizational expectations. Second point can be identify the key competencies required for that particular role. See, in an organization, there may be different job roles. It can be from HR, it can be from the sales department, it can be from marketing, it can be for production, it can be from operation, right? So, but all the job roles are having the different types of skill requirement. So it's very essential that we should competent enough on that particular skill set or all that particular role we are looking for, which will really help us just to add a unique value to our particular role. And there actually a step by step process how actually we can add a unique value to a particular role. So first point can be just to propose a unique value in our job role. Like the key points can be achieve the organizational goals through quality work and meeting timelines. Like today, IIMT is collaborating with ISTD and organizing this lecture series. This is also a goals of this particular institute or of this particular organization. And results, both the organizations collaborating with each other. So in this case, it is very much essential for this governing body or for this organizing body just to meet that goal so that this event can be a successful event end of the day, end of the year. So this is very much essential ki we ensure we should achieve the organizational goal through the quality work and the meeting timelines. Most importantly, as we discussed in our previous slide, proactive problem solving, because unless and until our life is dear, we have, it's obvious we will face the problems, we will face the challenges. In this case, it's essential we must have a proactive attitude so that we can really solve a particular problem. And in an organization, we must work as a team. We cannot work on a standalone basis. In this case, like it's obvious, we must have to develop or build a strong relationship, strong rapport with each and every stakeholders, each and every team members, so that we can really enhance the bonding of a team and we can really collaborate with each other. As I can say, like today's event, today's lecture series, also a result of like strong relationship between ISTD and IIMT. So this is how like we should follow this type of relationships and bonding, and we can implement in our day-to-day activities within an organization. And most important point will be like just to add for the unique value is like continuous learning and improvement, because at this era every day industry dynamics is changing, every day like situations are changing, every day new problems and challenging are arising. So in this case, like if we can keep ourselves with the updated industry trends, updated learning, then definitely no one can stop us, no one can pause us just to reach that milestone of the specific industry. So my dear students or respected sir, ma'am, if you are having any doubts, any questions, you can stop me at any time so that like we can really have an interactive session. Thank you. And see, we can add the values. This is fine. We can align with the organizational goal. But at the same time, it's also essential just to show or demonstrate the values through our results, through the results. Because end of the day, like in an organizations, they always observe the results of the particular candidate. So how actually we can really demonstrate our values through some measurement parameters or results? It's like increasing efficiency and or productivity. So for some job role, like these results can be correlate with efficiency, or in some job role, these results can be correlate with productivity. Another value adding points in terms of active results can be like cost savings. Suppose we are having some innovative ideas in our mind, we can propose the ideas through which our organization can really save a huge amount of money or huge amount of time. So in this case also, like we can add some values and measurement based values, or we can help our organization and help the particular company just to get certain revenues so that we can really like add the values on a sustainable basis. So another point can be like successful implementation of a particular project. Yeah, another point can be like successful implementation of a particular project. See, every companies, every organizations is like design some projects with certain timelines. So it's very obvious just to implement and adhere with those project norms and formalities, so that particular company can really understand the values from that particular companies, from that particular candidates. So this is how actually in our day to day corporate journey or job journey we can add the values. And another points can be, if we follow all these points in a step by step basis, definitely it's obvious we will get the positive feedbacks from our clients, from our management, from our seniors. And those positive feedbacks will really help us just to achieve the ladder in very fast, because it's all about the value proposition, it's all about the competencies, it's all about the clarity, it's all about the purpose of that particular job role, right? Any questions, sir, ma'am, my dear students, at this moment?
It's okay. You carry on.
Yeah, thank you, sir. See, we have discussed about the value addition point, value propositions point, but how we can achieve that particular point? Yes, just to achieve that particular point, we must need certain skills and attitude. So, as you know, like skills, there can be hard skill, there can be soft skills. So hard skill can be like your educational degree, or it can be any tangible abilities. Like you are very good at computer programming. This can be your hard skill. You are very good. You are very good in like riding a car, or you are very good in playing football, playing hockey, playing cricket. This can be your hard skills. Like all the hard skill can be tangible. So it is essential that we should like have a strong command on our hard skill as well as soft skills. So what can be soft skill? I think in the next presentation, ma'am will our respective ma'am will explain about this. So soft skills can be like communication skill, personality, time management, all these points. So one good thing with skill that it can equate through education and training. If we practice on a step by step basis, we can really achieve our goals just to acquire a particular skill set. And this is very common. And these skills are basically very essential for job performance and just to complete a specific task. Next. So this is how like we can really adhere to our target skill, so that we can really add our values, add our competencies to that particular role. So what can be the attitude? See, my dear friends, my dear students, I'm telling you, this is very important. Skills, very easily it can be developed with a step by step process. But just to develop that skills, now we must have a mindset. Ki, yes, I'm ready to work hard. I am ready to develop or upskill myself with this particular skill sets. For that, we will require a positive attitude. And attitude is basically a personality trait or mindset which influences teamwork, adaptability, and problem solving. It's all about the attitude. You know, like since since last few months, like since last 6 months, I have been extensively looking for the right attitude for our organizations. Why? Because we are confident enough, we are having sufficient resources, we are having global strategies, but we need the right attitude, who are ready to work on these strategies, who are ready to implement, or who are ready to join their hands as per our organizational values, vision, and missions. And for this, our preference is always like a right attitude. And this is a right attitude is like very crucial for workplace culture and interpersonal dynamics. Next point, please. Yeah, thank you. So this is how actually attitudes plays a crucial role, because if I have to explain you about my personal opinion, yes, definitely it may vary person to person, but nowadays, like, suppose we are looking for a HR manager, human resource manager, a basic level of skill sets. It's not difficult to find the basic level of skill sets among all these candidates, but sometimes it's getting so challenging, so difficult just to select the right attitude, because we are having the resources, we are having the opportunity to upskill that particular candidate. What we need, just that attitude. So in the next slide, like, we will discuss about a model, and we can, this model is basically a iceberg model. So we know, like, what is iceberg. It's a, like, piece of ice that floating in the ocean or sea. So in the iceberg model, we can see from these particular photographs, there are two reasons. One is above the water, and another reason is under the water. So what we are seeing above the water, the visible part is like knowledge and skills. So if we are interacting with a particular candidate, particular students, they, it's very easy to understand their knowledge, their skills, their experiences on that certain domain or certain fields, and it's easily visible. And that's the reason these two points, like knowledge and skills, it's very easy to change also. Suppose we have learned a particular programming, now situations demands ki we should learn the certain codes of artificial intelligence, AI. No worries, if we can devote certain amount of time, energy and money, we can really learn that particular skill set, and we can really acquire the knowledges. But what will be the underground part, root part? The root part is like the key part, and that's called as the attitude. And what I understand, like, in my almost 7 years of corporate journey, attitude drives everything in an organization. Industry always looks for a right attitude. Why? Nowadays systems are dear, technologies are dear, but we cannot use a computer or a robot just to enhance the attitude of a person.
Manasa, you can continue. Hello.
Yeah, so, like, my dear friends, my dear students, like, as we are discussing, like, about this iceberg model, so what we can understand, like, that attitude is everything. If we can really develop a very good attitude, holistic attitude in our persona, then definitely we can acquire any types of skill set, we can acquire any types of, any types of challenges, we can really manage any types of problem solving skills. So this is how actually an organization is looking for the right attitude. So now actually the key part is how we can make our career go smarter. So for this also, I could try to prepare certain points so that we can really work with a smart strategy, just to upskill, just to uphold ourselves in a journey of corporate ladder. Next slide, please. Yeah. So Smart career growth goal setting. As we are discussing, like the a proper goal is like very much essential just to avoid the corporate strategy. So what is smart? Smart means like specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So what is specific? So just to enhance in our career journey, just to enhance the career journey, we can really set or define a clear and precise value added goal which can be specific to our interest. Please next. Yeah, so which can be very specific, which can be clear and precise to our value added goals. Measurable means we must able to establish a quantifiable matrices to track the progress. Suppose, for example, for example, you are a student of MBA and you are expertise in human resource. So what can be your specific goal for this growth? Is like you can really define and precise like how as a HR you can add the value to a particular organization. How it can be measurable, like you can establish some quantifiable matrices, like what can be the required skill sets for an HR, and how you can reduce the turnaround time of a particular hiring process. So if you can reduce the time from 1 month to 10 days for a hiring process, then it can be also a very good quantifiable number. It can be measurable, achievable, like your goal should be realistic and achievable so that you can really achieve that particular goal really well. Like goals contribute to professional growth only so that your company can grow, you can grow in that particular job role. That is also only relevant. And last point is like T means timeline. So for this, actually, you have to set a clear timeline for this goal. Suppose I am preparing myself for a role related to HR. So my timeline just to prepare myself for this particular position will be like 2 months or 3 months. If I am at the fourth semester, then my timeline should be like 3 months or 4 months. So in this 4 months, I will try to understand each and every sub function of an HR manager, and accordingly I will start working. So this is how actually we can try to understand, we can really try to career growth progression curve, and we can measure it in a smart way. So once we develop this our goal based on this smart formula, how we can have the career development process. So my dear friends, my dear students, that career development process, it's a continuous process, it's a lifelong journey. Suppose at the juncture of my career I have been working almost 7 years in different organizations, but still it's a continuous process for me because I'm having a certain set of career and I really have to upscale my career to the next level. And for that, actually, I'm also working each and every moments. So key point is commitment for lifelong learning. As I mentioned earlier also that industry dynamic is changing each and every moment. We are getting new challenges every day. For that, actually, commitment for lifelong learning is very much essential. Second point is commitment towards contributing organizational growth. If we can give a proper growth in terms of uh, any revenue, in terms of cost savings, in terms of reduction of time, then definitely organization will grow, and once our organization will grow, we can also grow. As we discussed about the smart goal setting, that can be the one point. And least but not the least, like networking and building relationship with the right people. So once we can network and build our relationship with the right people, this can be a key ingredient just to upscale in our career. And most importantly, like adaptability for fluctuating situations. As I'm repeatedly saying, nowadays, just to run or just to operate the organization, we have to face diverse challenges each and every moment. It can be related to some material crisis. It can be related to some conflict in between some team members. It can be financial crisis. It can be some audit. It can be compliances. It can be anything. It can be natural calamities. So how actually, so there will be the lots of ups and downs. So how actually we can adapt ourselves, we can manage ourselves in these fluctuating situations. So once we can understand this point in a very clear way, definitely no one can stop us just to have the development in our career in that particular role. I think it's clear to you, right? Yeah, thank you. So career development, what can be the step-by-step approach? See, one individual is not meant for the every role. We are meant, or we can be expertise one particular role only. Like 1 year I am working in HR, in next year I can planning to move to sales or marketing, or in the very next year I am trying to get into operation. It's not possible, it's not working. So for that, like, self assessment is very much essential. Like, what can be our key interests, what can be our key skills, what can be our competencies. So once we can have a self introspection or self assessment, then only we can get the right job role. And this is very important, just to have the self assessment. Second point will be like, set goals to achieve the required attitude and required skills for that particular role. Once we finalize our target role, we can really work for just to achieve the required skill and attitude. Third point can be networking with the right people, so that we can really get the industry insights, we can really understand the challenges related to that points, that roles. Next point can be like, just to create a personal brand, very much essential nowadays. You might have the LinkedIn accounts, so it's very important just to establish a personal brand, just to establish a visibility in the LinkedIn platform, so that we can get connected with diverse recruiters to the industry. Most importantly, once we are in the process to create a personal brand, we can seek the feedback from the experienced person, from our seniors, from our teachers, from the right people in that particular network. And once you get the feedback, like, they will help us how actually we can upskill ourselves, we can develop ourselves, and we can stay updated with the industry trends. These are the different point. Like, this is how we can really enhance our career in a step-by-step approach. And basis on that feedback, basis on that changing industry trends, we can evaluate ourselves, and we can have some adaptable approach, we can have some adjustment strategies. And based on my understanding, like, this can be the basic points related to the career development. And once we are ready with all these points, we can really start to search the right job, like a job search strategy or a transition period. So this also take like certain amount of time, like 2 to 3 months. And after that also, like, suppose we got our dream job, then also, like, continuous learning, continuous improvement is very much necessary, right? Yeah. So what an organization is looking for, see, it's very important just to understand the scenario in terms of organizational point of view, and in terms of candidate or employee point of view. So what an organization is looking for, suppose you are preparing for a job since last 2 months, 3 months, or for your MBA career, you are preparing for a job, but how you can add the value based on the organizational requirement. So what organization is looking for is, first point is right attitude and cultural fit. Definitely you must have possess the right attitude and the cultural fit. Next point, please. Second points can be like commitment and passion for the industry or field. See, I understand you are having a very right attitude, but you must have that level of commitment or that level of accountability and passion for that particular industry. It can be HR, it can be sales, it can be marketing, it can be information technology, it can be operation, it can be production, it can be maintenance. If you could develop a commitment throughout your education journey, no one can stop you. As we are discussing in earlier slide also, Another point can be like adherence to the organizational values, vision, and missions. Because entire organization, all the organizations always looks for the attitude who can really adhere with their goals, with their values, vision, and missions. Once you can qualify, you can adhere to all these basic 3 points: attitude, commitment, passion, and adherence to organizational values. Then points come in the point of skills. Then only organizations will talk about your skills and qualifications. Because see, it's not difficult to get the skilled candidate, but sometimes it's challenging to get the right attitude. So fourth point can be like relevant skills and qualifications, and I'm very confident you are having the right skill and qualifications since you are at this moment, like you are at IIMT or in your PGDM or MBA journey. So this journey will definitely give you a required skill and qualifications. Then next point can be like adaptability and flexibility. Yeah. So you must have to adaptable enough, flexible enough to this uh, changing scenario, right? Yeah. So screen is visible, right? Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, you are audible. Carry on.
Yeah. Yeah. So next point can be like very strong communication skill. If we can really possess a strong communication skill, really we can uphold in the corporate ladder. Next point can be problem solving abilities. As I am mentioning multiple times, like all the organization is looking for the problem solver, because every day as an organization we are facing challenges, so we need the problem solver who can really save our time, save our energy, save our money, everything. Teamwork and collaboration, this is another the key factors. Accountability, yes, we must have to be accountable enough to our particular role. Then only like we will get the opportunity to get the promotion, to get the visibility to the senior management. And next point can be integrity, ethical, or professional conduct. Definitely, we must adhere to the basic integrity, basic ethical practices, and basic professional conduct as a professionals. So this is how like these are the basic 10 points an organization is looking for. Looking for. So once a candidate can really adhere with all these basic points, no one can stop you just to get the best job in this industry. No one can stop you. Yeah. So here I can give an example related to buyer and seller. See, if we see like employee and employer, employee means you are going to join in a particular job, so you will be the employee. And employer means the particular company or an organization. So organization or a company is the buyer of the right talent, right attitude. And your role can be as a seller. Means you are selling your attitude, your skill to that particular company or organization. And you are getting some money, some learning, some respect, some social status based on your skill, knowledge, attitude, so and so. So if we can really think the points in these perspectives, I'm telling you, my dear friends, my dear students, we will have a different kind of visibilities, different kind of aura, different kind of performance in our professional journey. And this is proven. This is proven. I hope it's clear to you. So this is how like one organization is looking for to hire a right candidate. So at this moment, like I would like to take few more minutes 5 minutes just to introduce our organization, how we are working, what's our value, vision, and missions, so that you can really understand about the organization. So it's Balgopal Food Products Private Limited. So this company was laid down in the year of 2002, and it's basically uh, based at Bargar, Odisha. And this company has been founded by our respected founder, late Mohanlal Agrawal and Mr. Ravindra Agrawal, sir. And now this company has been leading by like Mr. Ravindra Kumar Agrawal, sir, as a MD, Mr. Gopal Agrawal, sir, as an executive director, and Mr. Girdhar Agrawal, sir, as an executive director. So these three key persons, like they are managing the entire senior level management in this company, and we are very happy to say that like we are the Odisha's largest manufacturer of rice bran refined oil, and presently like we are having the solvent extraction plant of 500 ton per day capacity, and we are having the rice bran oil refinery of 120 tons per day. Also, we are into the production of parboiled rice and fortified rice kernels. And we're happy to just to inform you all that like we have been associated with more than 600 families as a stakeholders as on today. In this journey of like almost 20 years, what can be our pride? Like we have been awarded as a branch of Odisha, Pride of Odisha award by Odisha's #1 news media house Sambad in the year of 2023. We have been awarded as a top 10 manufacturer in Odisha in 2021 by Industry Outlook. Since another award we have been received, like since we are into solvent extraction process, so we have been awarded as the third highest processor of rice bran on all India basis for the year of 2022 and 23 by Solvent Extractor Association of India. So these are our prides. And you know, like we are having diverse initiatives in terms of sustainability, in terms of environmental friendly approach, in terms of green and clean energy. And we are very clear on our mission and vision part. We are working to establish harmony, health, and happiness across all the stakeholders through our products and services, just to achieve our mission. If we have to discuss about our vision, like we are working very closely so that by 2030 we will be a trusted global brand for healthy products, green energy, efficient processes, and delightful services, which can be driven by education, innovation, collaboration, and coexistence. This is how like we have been working each and every single moment just to adhere with our values, vision, and mission. And what can be our values? Like our values is rise up. We are always rising up to the new era. How? R means responsibility, I integrity, S odyssey, E excellence, U unity, and P pioneering. And we are very happy to say that like in last 6 months we have been taking lots of new initiatives in terms of business and organizational development point of view, and our team, we as a cohesive unit working extensively so that we can really establish a new era in this domain. So as my dear friends, my dear students, you are doing your MBA, so it's very essential just to understand the different functions of a manufacturing organization. So if I have to say like in our company Balgopal Food Products, what can be the key functions? It's like production and maintenance, quality control and laboratory, supply chain and logistics, human resource, administration department, finance and accounting, store and purchase, business development, like sales and marketing. Sales and marketing, if we can combine, like it falls under business development department. Then information technology and then security. So these are the core departments in our company at this moment. And we're trying to introduce 2 or 3 new more departments in upcoming days, like quality assurance, research and development, so that we can really establish a strong governance culture, strong corporate culture in the industry. So I think it's all about this corporate odyssey strategy, and like if we can follow this strategy, like I think we can really get into a new era, new horizon in the industry.